I will talk about my experience and will share my experience, basically what I did when I started freelancing and how I get first freelance gigs, because that is kind of most asked question. So when you're starting freelancing, where to get those freelance projects, right? And I will try to avoid to go to, I don't know, to all those theoretical kind of solutions. I will go kind of practical, what I tried, what was working, what didn't working, and so on. First thing, what I tried, tell everyone that you are kind of freelancing, and friends and family is kind of first. Why not? Because you never know who knows who. Maybe you will say to your uncle or someone else that you are kind of started freelancing in that niche. You are building websites now, or you are developing mobile applications, and you never know how and when that will come back. I was kind of open that I'm kind of developing iOS applications and I'm building those for my own, and I'm also looking for freelance customers. For me, that didn't work. I didn't found any customer like that, but I think that is easiest thing to try. Why not? In worst case scenario, nothing will happen, right? Co-workers as well. Depends where you are working. If you are working, for example, in company as a programmer, I assume that you can kind of talk about that you are looking for freelance projects, especially if you hear that someone else freelancing. Nowadays, it is a relatively popular thing to do. Also, coworkers from previous jobs and maybe even customers. If that is okay, accordingly your agreement with employee, take a look on your employer agreement and decide what you can do and what you cannot. In my case, that really didn't work because I was working as product manager and I switched careers and I was kind of silent about my career switching and freelancing and all that stuff. So what was working for me? Online job platforms. So what job platforms I tried? I tried Freelancer and Upwork, and I was thinking about trying TopTal. I started freelancing back in 2016, 2017. TopTal was kind of popular back then. I don't know how popular it is now, and it was kind of a bit hard to apply to get into that. Basically, that was kind of fancy Upwork. But Freelancer and Upwork was enough for me to keep me busy, and I started to find customers through other channels, which I will mention later. One more thing that no one like to hear, that is, in my opinion, the most effective way to get freelance jobs is networking, and networking that basically is contacts and active networking, basically making new contacts. Michaela has a very good example how she got freelance job. Basically, she was active in community, answered questions and so on, and she was noticed and got job in that community, basically iOS development community. Those can be online things, right? But I'm talking also about kind of in-person meetings, networking events in your industry, basically to get more developer friends and contacts, especially those who are doing freelancing as well. Because quite often, if you're already freelancing, you are kind of busy, full hands with work, and when you are getting another contract, another offer, you are kind of can say just no. Or if you know someone who is freelancing and you kind of know that person, then you most likely you will kind of send that customer to that person, right? And that happened for me. I'm including that because I tried that and that was working for me. Here in Latvia, we have iOS developer meetup as well. And Latvia is a very small country. In Latvia, we are less than 2 million people, and I don't know, maybe we have 5 iOS developers in the country. Okay, just kidding, there are more, but anyways, community is very small. When we met in persons before, it was before COVID, of course. When we met in persons, we never were more than 3 persons on meetup. And even on that small kind of meetup, I got freelance contract. Just one of the persons, basically I did what I recommended to do on the beginning. Basically, when you introduce yourself, you say, hello, I'm Ivers, I'm freelance iOS developer looking for contracts and working on my own. Yeah. That's it, it's so easy. And one of those persons remembered that, and he just sent one customer over to me. And that was a really good project for me. I made 5K on that project. I was really happy because when I got that customer and one another, which I will tell later, I basically dropped my day job because I already had too much jobs to keep everything going. So yeah, Michaela confirming that I'm not kind of lying. It works. It really works. Yeah, exactly. Freelancing. It is. You will be really successful in freelancing if you will have kind of big network. Otherwise, it is kind of hard. Yeah. So one company announced that they are doing online hackathon, and basically challenge of the hackathon was to make easy chat application prototype, but using one specific product for chat application. And yeah, I jumped into that hackathon, and surprisingly for myself, I won the first place. There were few prizes, but top one was kind of, you can kind of get contract from that company to work on that company as a contractor, not full-time job, but as contractor. And basically that company did that. They kind of was looking for someone who will come and help to build that product. And I got part-time job contract, and that was then. At that moment I already had way too much job on freelancing to be able to work on full-time job. So basically before signing that freelancing contract with that company, I dropped my full-time job. Since that, I'm not looking actively for contracts anymore. But what I see, what works else, online presence, basically building your online presence. I am getting offers to start freelancing projects in Instagram DMs, even in TikTok DMs. Someone contacted me because they found me on YouTube but contacted me on Instagram. I didn't jump on any of those contracts because I already had full times of job and still have more jobs that I would like to do, but that works. And last but not least, LinkedIn. I don't know, there are love-hate relationships with LinkedIn for developers, but get your profile on LinkedIn and add projects what you did in that LinkedIn, and just write in the profile that you are looking for remote work. Few recruiters kind of found my profile. They got in touch with me, they wrote emails, few of them even found my phone, I don't know where, and called to me. And yeah, I already said that no, I'm not looking for job at all, and I'm considering only remote work, but currently I'm not looking for one. And still I'm getting time to time, I'm getting remote job, full-time remote job offers, but also just consulting jobs. For example, project for 3 months, 6 months, and so on. Consulting projects. Basically, that is freelancing as well. So LinkedIn also works, and that is not so hard to make good profile on LinkedIn. I'm not pretending that my profile on LinkedIn is great. I don't know, average. But if you have work permission in Europe and you will put in Europe or US, and you will put on your profile that you are a software developer, believe me, you will get calls from and emails from recruiters. Give that a try.